Okay, welcome back to episode 3 of the Blooper Reel podcast. Guest for today is none other than, let me tell you a little bit about him first, right? So he's been a comic for 2 years now, roughly, right? He's a host of McDonough's Open Mic Wednesdays every week Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, and it's called Chicken and Chuckles, and he's a native Savannian, born and raised. Please give a warm welcome to Matt Hogan. What's up, man?
Thanks, guys. What's up,
man?
man?
What's up, buddy?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming out here. So, last episode we mentioned that Brett definitely tried to dox me within seconds of being on the podcast. But I do live, off the beaten path.
Yeah, I won't dox you, but it was surprising to find out you lived in China.
You put in the address, you're like, fuck, dude.
It's like an hour and 10 minutes? Where am I going?
Because you live in, Savannah proper,
Yeah, I live on Skidaway Island right now.
Okay, I've been out through that. I went to the
south side
park, hiking trail. Yeah, I went to the state park there, and when I went through, they had little baby turtles that had just hatched, and they bought them. I was like,
adorable.
I tried really fucking hard to keep a baby turtle. They hand them out and let you hold them.
Yeah.
And
you take one home with
you?
you?
And then go around and collect them, and I was like, you're not getting this fucking thing back, dude.
Take your bike one day and go into the neighborhood there and just go by the lake and grab one.
Just grab them.
They're everywhere.
That's what we're doing. This is, I don't know if it's illegal, but I'm going to steal a baby turtle. Allegedly. So, one more thing I wanted to get into. I kind of missed in the intro. There's a rumor. That you have a strong dislike for Asians. Is this true?
No, I don't dislike them. They scare me. I think it's a joke I said a long time ago.
You're like this close to the mic, probably. Yeah, there
right
you
there?
go. Yeah, there. What is it, about a fist, I think?
Test.
Yeah, there you go. I should have headphones. That would make things a lot easier.
You can hear yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first podcast. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, this is my third one. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
No, I like Asian people. Don't put that on me.
So the ongoing joke, right? I'll give the people a little bit of background. Every time Brett gets off stage, or right as he gets on stage after you introduce him at McDonough's, he says something about you hating Asians or being racist.
Sorry.
No,
I know when he's going to do it because he always goes up there and he says it in this tone where he's like, "Oh, man, give it up for your host, Matt Hogan. Scared of Asians."
I don't know why, but it's hilarious every time.
I swear I'm not.
McDonough's, honestly, it's probably my favorite open mic in Savannah, because it's a hitter. I would say there's more good crowds than bad crowds. Consistently at McDonough's, I've had some fucking awesome sets at McDonough's.
Yeah, definitely.
But then there was, I think it was New Year's.
That was a hectic show.
That was a wild show.
It was a very hectic show.
So people know New Year's. What are people there to drink or people there to do? They're ready to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they could not give a shit about open mic stand up. Good for you for hosting it still, not being like, maybe not tonight.
Nah.
But no, I went up there. I was in a 3-piece suit because I was going to this Great Gatsby themed New Year's party.
Yeah, I remember it was a good looking suit.
It was a good. I still have it. It was like an Amazon cheap suit, dude. It was. I'm pretty sure I ripped a hole in it that night. But we paid $170 for these tickets. So I did that set at McDonough's, which fell on deaf ears because a group of 50 people came in, and when you go into a bar, people aren't just like, "Oh, let's sit down and meet." And they're like, "No, you got to figure out who's sitting where. You got to figure out who wants to eat food, who's getting what drink." So it's chaos. No one's listening, right?
Yeah.
And we right after the set walked. It was cold as fuck. Walked to this new Great Gatsby party thing, and me and the girl I was with, I was like, I hate this. This is the worst. It just no one we knew. It seemed very uptight and shit like that. And I told her, I was like, we need to go back to McDonough's. Yeah. So we walked back to McDonough's.
Long.
Yeah, I swear, walked back to McDonough's. We spent all of 20 minutes there. Walked back to McDonough's. And went to Billy's place, is the place up top, right?
Yep.
And I remember the guy at the door was like, "Did you pay?" I was like, "I just did comedy over here 20 minutes ago." He's like, "Oh, come on up, dude." I was like, "Yeah," and I dropped her name. I was like, "I know Matt Hogan." And he's like, "Get the fuck up here, dude." I was like, "Yes, it paid off."
Yeah, you got lucky. You got lucky with whoever was working the door. Tell someone else that, they'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Get the fuck out of here. So we went up there, and it was one of the funnest nights of my life, dude. I was like, this is my people. This is where we belong here.
Yeah.
And like a couple, like Nate came by, Brett was there all night. Got Brett a New Year's kiss, which just
nice.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
That's funny you say that. That's your people because all the people up there were related to me in some way.
Yeah, I bet it's a younger guy. What's like your brother or no cousin? I think
Trey.
Yeah, that dude's cool as fuck.
Yeah, he's the man. We've been close our whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, McDonough's was fun. But that was one of the nights. And I don't blame like the crowd. Like they were like, "This is a New Year's." Like they're like.
That's the thing. Yeah. Sometimes like it gets a little hectic in there, and I want to be like, guys, like please pay attention, blah blah blah. But in reality, these people just came to a bar that they come to 3 times a week already, and I'm like, all right, well, we'll do our best. Yeah.
It's good that the TVs. So for context, right? When you go up on stage, it used to be, or there still are. There's 2 TVs that are playing like a sporting event or something. So it's a little distracting. So now they've let you start turning those TVs off, which...
Yeah, well, that was just on me. So Eric Bailey handed me that mic like months ago. He was busy or whatever. Yeah. So I started running it, and I remember he would always turn them off. And then for like 3 weeks, I was trying to figure out how to turn them off and just didn't want to bother the bar or anything like that. So ended up leaving them on, and then finally I figured out how to turn them off.
Where's the power? Is it like
I just felt around a little, but you know when you're doing something under pressure and you're like,
you're panicking,
and then I'm like, fuck it, and I finally just found it. So
nice.
There's two buttons, very very much like any other TV.
So like any other TV.
Yeah, they're high up though.
Okay. So that one's a little bit on you. No, Matt Hogan's not scared of Asians. All right, he's not. They don't make him. He's fine. Okay, he's not racist. I promise.
Let's call it intimidated.
Still not racism. That doesn't qualify as racism. I don't know. Okay, so a couple things. Like I said, you're a native-born Savannaian. You were born and raised here.
Correct.
In Savannah, Georgia. Like, was your family here? How'd they end up here? Did they come from somewhere else, or?
Yeah. So when we were talking earlier, I mentioned my mom lived in Adrian, Georgia, growing up.
Where is that? Like further north?
Super small town, like hour and 45 minutes north of here.
Okay.
Like a mile wide and long.
Yeah.
It's like 250 people or something like that.
Okay.
Very country like town. And then my dad grew up on Tybee for most of his life. And then they moved in town when he went to high school. He went to the same high school I went to, the all boys Catholic military school.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
And then he was in Savannah his whole life. He's a doctor, so he did his
residency.
He went to Georgia, and then he went to Augusta Medical College or Medical College of Augusta or whatever, and then did residency in Charleston, and then moved back to Savannah.
Is he still a doctor now, like practicing currently?
Yeah, internal medicine physician.
Okay. How did your mom and dad meet? If she did like,
they actually met through my mom's sister's husband at the time, who was also in medical school. And then my mom was in nursing school at the same college.
Right.
So they didn't know each other like while they were in school, but then they met and quickly had a baby after that.
Interesting. Good move on your mom's part.
Oh, she hit the gold mine.
Yeah. And also generally in small towns, like she could be related to majority of that town.
Yeah.
It was a small town. I was like, your cousins actually. Like, well, we fucked already, so I don't know. Like, we're in love now.
What do we do now?
This could have ended really bad.
That's like Savannah too. You gotta be careful around here.
I feel like, and someone brought this up. I don't know where it was. I think it was at an open mic. But like, most of the people in Savannah I meet are not from Savannah.
Yeah, there's a lot of transplants.
There's very few born and raised people here, right? Like everyone will be like, oh, I'm from over here. I think a lot of that is due to the military too. It's a big military town.
Yeah, the Fort Stewart and Hunter.
Yeah.
And SCAD brings in a lot of random people as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah, most people are smart enough to eventually leave.
Yeah. What is, and we can talk about that in a little bit, but one thing I want to talk to you. So you've been doing comedy for just under 2 years now. What was like your introduction to comedy? Like, what was that moment where you were just like, what'd you go to school for?
Sport management.
Sport management, like physical therapy, or just like
no, like just the business side of sports.
The business side, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could be anything from an athletic director to working for Red Bull or something like that.
Are you like big into like sports and stuff, or
that was when I first like chose that major and stuff. Yeah. I like extreme sports like snowboarding and stuff like that. So I wanted to be like work for a team for Red Bull or something, marketing team or something like that. It was just the business side of sports.
Yeah. It's something people don't really think about a lot.
No, it was also, I say that's the reason I picked it. The main reason I picked it is it was the way to get me out of college the quickest.
Nice. Smart.
And by that time, I was ready to go.
Yeah.
Because I went in wanting to be a doctor, and took like.
Was that pressure from your dad, or were you like?
I wouldn't call it pressure because he was always like, do whatever you want. And
yeah.
My parents are very, very chill.
Yeah, yeah.
They're very much do whatever you want. But it definitely, I would have felt like proud of doing that.
Okay.
But then, you take some of those classes and you're like, that's not for me.
Dude, it's not for everybody.
No.
Like, it for sure isn't for me. I have an associate's, and it took me longer than 2 fucking years to get an associate's.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, college is not for me.
No, I mean, some people are good at, like, making themselves study and retaining it, and some people don't even have to do that. That was something my dad always told me. He was like, yeah, some people out there are just better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It's hard.
Try harder.
Yeah, it's hard for some people to affect, or like, so I was in the military, and I remember there, like, for me to pass the physical fitness test, I had to run every day.
Right.
Like, and we only had to take it every 6 months or something like that, right?
The PT.
The PT test, yeah. Well, you did that military college, so you know that world a little bit.
So walked a mile.
But like, I would have to run every day just to make sure I could pass. There's people who would just run once a year during the PT test, and I'm like, how are you doing this, dude?
Yeah.
Like, just you fuck off, drink as much as they want, eat whatever they want, and they're like, okay, I just ran a 13-minute 2-mile.
Yeah, you become a much happier person when you accept that.
Yeah, when you accept, like, just not gonna be good at this.
Yeah, it's not me. It's not for me.
It's not for me. Okay, so then after, like, was it during your time in college, or like at what age, or maybe it was like 2 years ago that you were like saw a comedy special, or like went to an open mic and you're like, I need to be up there?
My first thought when you asked that is Delirious. Eddie Murphy. My dad was a huge Eddie Murphy fan when we were young.
Yeah.
So he showed me that like way too early, but I wouldn't say that's like the start of comedy. I've always loved just like comedy movies and things like that.
Yeah.
My grandpa was a super funny storyteller.
Okay.
So what I say a lot is like I just want to be like as good as a storyteller as he was, and I was like, how do you get to do that? How do you get to do that? And then in college, I saw this girl from Savannah. I can't remember her name right now, but right now she works out in LA for Nick Kroll. She's like his assistant.
Who's that?
I can't remember her name. I'll give it to you after the show.
Nick Kroll, you said?
Nick Kroll, the guy that does Big Mouth.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Comedian,
yeah.
Mainly an actor, I think.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
But she works for him, and we were in college at the same time in Athens.
Yeah.
At UGA, and she hosted a mic at one of these bars, and I went and saw her like 3 times in a row and immediately fell in love with it. It was like, she was really funny. Like, it wasn't one of those things where I was like, oh, I could do that. I was like kind of blown away by her. Yeah. But
you were more like, how does someone do that?
Right.
Like, how does someone get these premises in the
Exactly. And I was in a relationship at the time that ended up ending after college.
Okay.
And then I came back to Savannah, and one of my buddies that had graduated a few years before me was living in Savannah. And so we started hanging out a lot and going to just bars during the week because we're, out of college, chilling.
Yeah. And starting actual life now.
Right. And like trying to figure out, where we're going to be next. He was waiting to go to medical school, and I was working at a physical therapy clinic, actually, which was fun.
Nice.
But then we ended up going to Totally Awesome, seeing one of those mics.
Yeah.
I think I met Emma Cavello that night. I think I also like expressed some interest, and then the next week we went to that mic, did the show. It was terrible.
So that was you went to Tab, right? And you get this like your bar.
That was the moment I was like, I think I could do that.
that first night at Tab, and then the second
week,
week, which that was on Thursday, right? Which, R.I.P. Tab, by the way.
Yeah, it was mostly Brendan hosting back then too. Yeah.
So I
think it's coming back. I think they're just.
Is it coming back? Okay. Hopefully, because we need.
That's what I understand. That they're just.
So you did Tab, and then that next week you're like, okay, this is the moment.
Yeah, well, and I had already had something written out as well, but I did it like a speech.
Okay.
My favorite class in college I ever took was public speaking.
Yeah. And
so I just like used that template and wrote my thing out.
I don't know if that's...
It was exactly 5 minutes, like to the T. I got like a couple laughs, but I think it was more of just like, yo, what's this kid think he's doing?
Yeah. Do you remember any of the jokes?
So not really, but the whole premise of the whole 5 minutes, because I like did a little reading on like comedy writing, and it was like, oh, start with your opener and then have your closer, like kind of a callback, like at the end. So my whole thing was like, everybody's crazy, everybody's autistic, and everybody's gay.
All right.
And it was like, so that was my rule of 3 or whatever. And then I had like a reason for each 3. So that was the premise. It was just like everybody's stupid because everybody thinks that everybody's something. But
Okay.
I was trying to be way too introspective.
Was it like too like rigid or like too like?
I think I've always like been okay on a stage.
Yeah.
I went to.
You've never had like fear of public speaking?
No, I mean a little bit, but
Yeah.
like it's always been some of the fears like I can't do that, and some of the fear it's like get you excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've always like adrenaline and stuff like that, so I feel like that kind of
Okay.
motivated me to like keep doing it because it was not a good set by any means. I think I remember Brendan being like, "Oh, he clearly wrote that." I was like, "What? Isn't that supposed to be?"
Yeah, aren't you supposed to do?
It's like, no, that's not. Well, yeah, you write it, but you want it to sound natural.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was pretty rigid.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty robotic.
I think. What was that one joke you're working? I think, or maybe it wasn't a joke. I think it was like a premise or story you're telling me about. Like, you're a camp counselor.
Oh yeah.
Was it like the kids like fat shamed you?
Kids are really mean. And I'm fat now. I was skinny back then. I was just not.
How old are these kids?
A 12-year-old. I was like 19.
Yeah.
We had ranges. Like the youngest was like 5, the oldest was like 13. And the meanest were like the 6 and 7-year-olds.
What the fuck, dude?
Maybe they just had bad parents. I don't know. But like I was the lifeguard. That's what I did all throughout high school.
Yeah.
I was a lifeguard, and so obviously I had my shirt off like during the pool hours and stuff, and they would all just crowd around me and be like, "Fat Matt, fat Matt, fat Matt."
Fucking crazy.
And then the ones that liked me called me Mr. Lifeguard. No one called me by my name. No.
Dude.
This one kid though, I had to like he was real bad. Like clearly not a great home life or whatever. And the joke that I wrote is like stems from this. He was just being super bad at the pool one day, and I was like doing the thing where I pick them all up and throw them in the pool, and I would do it to him, and he would like grab onto me and like try to pull me in. Yeah. But like he weighs 50 pounds, and I'm just like about to throw him on the deck of the pool. So I got like kind of stern with him. I was like, "Hey, we're not doing this anymore. Sorry, like you ruined it."
Yeah.
And
you fucked it up for everyone, dude.
He got real upset and started like yelling at me and like throwing a temper tantrum, and he like called me fat again. And I'm still a young kid at this point, so I'm like,
You're
fuck
like,
you,
what,
kid.
How old are you? Like, what, 16?
I was probably 16.
Yeah.
16, 17. And he just wouldn't stop, so eventually I was like, dude, you don't stop, I'm going to call your mom. I'm going to call her. Because the lady brought him in. I just assumed was his mom. Come to find out, kid didn't have a mom.
Oh, no.
Kid goes, good luck, my mom's dead.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't say anything to that. I was like, oh, shit.
You didn't like in your rage just be like, well, lucky her.
No. And then the joke it's not like it's just a throwaway. Like most of my jokes, but I was like, well, yeah, your dad's also an alcoholic, so how about that?
You said that?
No, I should have said it.
You should have. I mean, it would have been true. I don't know. Maybe it was just like.
But then it's like, okay, he's a bad kid because he doesn't have a mom.
Right. Right.
Maybe he just needs a hug.
I went to Disney World recently. I did a set about a portal, and went to Disney World. I don't have any kids, and there was 3 kids between the ages of 6 and 10. 10-year-old was like fine. Like this 10-year-old understands like what's going on, and you can have a conversation with the 10-year-old. The 6 and 7-year-old, I hate.
It's just squirrels.
Just the fucking worst, dude. Like this, and I'm not like a good person. So we're in this line for a ride, and these kids are just been bugging me all damn day. And they're not my kids, so I have no responsibility.
You were with like friends?
Yeah, I was with friends.
Okay.
Like I don't love these kids, right? Like they're not. I'm not responsible for their joy.
You better not love those kids.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'm gonna cut you in line, which is the end of the world to a child, right?
Absolutely.
It's like, dude, if I could compare it to like an adult, is like if the IRS told you they're auditing you, that's the equivalent to a child. If you're like, I'm gonna cut you in line, it's the end of their fucking world.
Yeah.
So every ride, I'm gonna cut you in line, and they're like, no, just freaking the fuck out. That was my revenge.
Ruin those kids' Disney experience.
And we're in line for like 3 or 4 hours at times, right? It's crazy. So at the beginning, like I wouldn't say it immediately. We get halfway into the line, and then they just annoy me, and I'm like, okay,
you can't stop me.
I'm gonna ruin this now. Yeah, like I'm gonna cut you in line, and then just lose it.
That's funny. messing with kids, like messing with who clearly just aren't there because they're kids.
They can't like process that.
I have a little cousin who my mom watches a lot.
Yeah.
She's like 8 or 9 and her sister's like 6, I think.
Okay.
And I mess with them all the time.
Yeah.
I would just be like, they'll ask me for something and I'll be like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. After I know mom said no. So then mom walks in and they're eating a cookie.
Lying to children is,
Gotcha.
can that be a hobby? Because if I want that to be my hobby. Lying to children.
I call it a skill.
That's fuck, I'm putting that on my resume. So that kind of covers like how you got into comedy in your first set. And then like.
I cut you off.
Yeah.
You didn't cut me off.
Okay.
We just went on a tangent.
Yeah.
But so I did that one and then waited till the next week and went to Stafford's on Tuesday night, which was when Mike Flowers was hosting.
Right, yeah.
And it was me, Chris Davison, Mike Flowers, I think Aaron Jenkins, maybe. And that was it. And that was it. Shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 4 of us in there, and then me and my buddy. Mm-hmm. His name's Wyatt. And
comic also, or
no? He's the one in med school. But we went to high school together, and I did my set first. I went up first and did pretty bad. And I remember Chris Davison had this other joke about how like selling marijuana or like my friends in college voted me as a superlative most likely to sell his kid weed. Okay. So I had a joke where I was like, you guys don't fucking know me, man. I'm just gonna give it to him. But when I said sold my kid, and this is my second time, so I'm super nervous. Obviously, I'm like sold my kid weed, and Chris Davidson interrupted me because it was only 4 of us in there. Like, he wasn't being rude. He was trying to help. Right. And he goes, it sounded like he said, "Sell my kidney." And then when he did that, I just completely lost it.
Spiraled and just fucking
And then the next one. Eric Bailey was there too.
Right, yeah.
And then he said, come on down to Eclipse, which is somewhere you probably haven't been. I think it's been shut down for a while.
Tracy's mentioned it to me a lot before, but I remember like it was shut down. So Eric hosted that also, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Eric Bailey, he's so when you knew him, he was like hosting open mics and doing a lot of open mic circuits and stuff like that. But now he's doing shows, and I think he's doing really well for himself. So shout out to Eric Bailey.
Yeah, he's the man. He helped me a lot getting started, like giving me advice and stuff, and especially when you bomb. He's like, don't worry about it. Like, just go up again. Yeah,
that's really all you can.
I like Eric a lot. He's a good person to know. But now he puts on all these shows and he goes and travels and does shows and stuff. So that's cool. Yeah, good for him.
But no, so you went to Eclipse, right?
So I went to Eclipse. Think I had a pretty good set there.
Third time in. You think you were
good as in meaning people were like,
okay,
like I get where he's going with that. Yeah. Like no roaring laughter. I've never really gotten roaring laughter. Like I don't think I've seen that. Okay. Now you have nights where you do a lot better than you did like the night before or whatever. But I don't consider myself like, I mean 2 years in I should probably be a little further than I am. But I definitely don't consider myself like a great comic or anything. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy it, and like when you do get those laughs and those chuckles, it's awesome.
It's a fucking good feeling when you make a room laugh, dude.
Yeah, the best feeling I've had in comedy so far is just like noticing that I'm getting a little bit better at like reading a room and like hosting has done a ton because it's all off the top. Yeah, and someone says something stupid in the crowd, I'm like, oh, you fucking idiot.
You're a fucking amazing host, dude.
Appreciate it.
Like there's sometimes you need to like wrangle a room and prep them. Like you're the fucking front line. Yeah. You go and like, all right, these guys are not. They don't want this, and you're like convince them that you do want this. Right. It sounds a little sus, but I'm sorry, but no, you like go in there, you want this, but like, you corral this room, and you do a really good job of it.
I'm not doing it on purpose. I think it works because I go up there and I do like 5 minutes of shitty material, and then at the end I'm like, oh, all these comics are gonna do way better than that. So pay attention. You're gonna like this.
You just set the bar low.
Exactly. So Eclipse, and then I was actually staying on Hunter the week after. Wow. One of the therapists I was working with, I was watching her dog. Oh, okay. In her husband's military. Yeah. Which was crazy doing that. I'd never like stayed in there. It's like a ghost town when people are abroad and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude.
But I was staying there, and I was I had the week off of work for some reason. I can't remember why. And I was just doing a bunch of research, and one of my friends called me, and she was working on a boat down in Miami. Research as in like jobs and stuff like that. Yeah. Because I decided I didn't want to go to physical therapy school.
Okay.
Too expensive.
Yeah.
Not smart enough. Probably a couple other reasons. But so she called me, and we were talking for a couple hours, and she was working on a boat in Miami as like a stewardess.
This is like a dope job.
Absolutely. I thought the same thing at the time. So
awesome.
I asked her to give me the details, and I looked into it, and by that evening, I was signed up for a class the following week. Okay. It's a class you have to take to get certified called STCW, if anyone's interested in working on a boat.
And I'm assuming that like regular just like customer service type stuff, but I'm sure they have to teach you like emergency medical shit too, right? Like CPR and stuff like that.
No.
No?
They probably should.
What? Yeah, you don't even
really have to know how to swim.
What the fuck?
I met chefs, and so they're big boats. Like that boat I was on was 88 feet, but I had a buddy who was on 180 meter. That's like a 300 something foot boat.
God.
So that has 25 people working on it, living on it full time. Mine was just 3 people, me, the captain, and a chef/stewardess.
Okay.
Deckhand.
Okay.
So that's what so basically you take the class, and it teaches you just water safety. So they teach you if the boat's going down, you have these drills that you go do, and you just get all the life rafts and stuff ready. But that's kind of different for every boat. You just need to know where they are. They teach you a little bit about like knot tying and things like that. They teach you about a little bit of navigation stuff.
Yeah.
And
this is such a hard shift from what you were doing to now.
That's always what I do. I never do something. I'm gonna figure it all out one day and pick one thing, but we'll see. So it was you take the class. It's a week long. You meet some other people, and then this is the weird part. You stay in a crew house. Okay. Which is just an Airbnb for South Africans, essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of South Africans work in the industry because the dollar is so... It's like 18 times or something like that. God, so they come work 6 months on a boat and then go home and help their family start a business or run their farm or whatever. Yeah. I had a couple buddies who went back and were doing that. But you stay in this crew house, and it's not like any other job. Like, you put a picture on your resume and all this stuff, and you put like your hobbies, and because you want to be a likable person. You're living with this captain full time in a confined space.
You don't want to be on a boat and you have zero social skills.
Exactly. And then most people get their jobs from like a bar. You're at a bar and you start talking to some captain. You get along, and he's like, "Hey, I got a spot for you."
That's awesome. That would be a pretty cool fucking job.
Yeah. It was awesome. So the captain called me like a week after I got my certification, and then started working, living on the boat. And about 2 months into working on the boat, I started getting bored, like in my off time. Because you only work till you work from 8 to 1. Because all you do is clean the boat. Yeah. And because if the owners aren't there. So when the owners are there, that's when the customer service and stuff comes in.
Right.
But usually the owners aren't there. They're rich people that live in Kansas.
Doing something else.
Yeah, and they just come when they have like a business trip or something.
Was like the boat like here, like in Savannah?
No, it never came to Savannah. It was in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, okay.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale is like the yacht capital of the world.
No shit, all right.
They have like the second biggest boat show behind like Portofino or something.
Okay.
So there's a lot of yachts down there. Like Tiger Woods' yacht was right next to us for like months.
Is it awesome looking?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like 275 feet. We saw Jeff Bezos' yacht. It was like 325 feet.
And yours was 80 feet, you said?
88 feet.
So they're like the poor rich people?
Yeah, I mean, like, he's probably got one of our boats inside of his boat.
Yeah.
Dude, like, maybe smaller, probably like 70 feet, but he's probably got a 70-foot boat inside of his boat.
I hate this.
It's crazy.
I hate this.
But, so my gig was very relaxed. The smaller programs are, but the bigger programs, it's like actually gets pretty militant.
Yeah.
Where they'll drug test and things like that. All the engineers are drunks. Every single one of them, for some reason, they like go hide in the engine room and just take shots. Yeah. Take naps down there.
Which is funny because in the military, the engineers are known for like just being wild alcoholics. Like everyone in the military, like it's like alcoholic.
It's that analytical brain.
But it's like in the military, they're not engineers like that. They're like they do like construction, and then they go blow things up. Like it's not like what you think of like regular engineers. Like, oh, we're gonna design like a bomb retrieving robot. No, they're just blowing things up, and then like maybe every now and then they'll build a building or something.
Yeah.
Take a shit.
Yeah. It's similar, actually. These guys are just down there getting drunk, like hitting things with a wrench.
Yeah.
Until something goes wrong, and then usually they know what to do.
Yeah.
It's like you're out in the water and something happens and they have to plug some stuff up or, rewire something. I don't know. I never had to do any of that.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude. Imagine being the guy who's like, hey, we're stranded out here. Like, you gotta figure this out.
Home, yeah.
And you're 3 sheets to the wind. You're like, fuck, dude. Like,
you're like, I thought we were almost home.
Yeah, fucking goddamn. Like, hey, what's our timeline? Because I need like 6 hours.
Yeah. There were some crazy times. Like one night, there's a storm coming. We're in South Beach, Miami, right in front of the Fountain Blue, whatever they call it. It's just this nice hotel.
Yeah.
And the owners were staying there, and they had like 12 of their associates staying on the boat. And so we were like, all right, we'll stay here. Even though the storm's coming, it shouldn't be that bad. It didn't say it was going to be that bad. Mm-hmm. And it was like 9 o'clock at night, and the winds got up to like 70 miles an hour. God. And I don't know if you've been to South Beach.
I've never been.
Along where all these hotels are and stuff. There's just super tall buildings, and there's the beach, and then there's a little river. Yeah. And so the wind's coming in off the beach and just gets tunneled right into the boats on the river. So we're getting, I'll show you a video later, but we're getting slammed up against the dock. Like there's people throwing up all over the floor. Dude. I had to stay up all night. We had to stay up all night. And
were you just clean and puke all night?
No, we didn't touch the inside. We were outside making sure that, our lines didn't snap or that we had extra lines in case they snapped. So there's a boat behind us that the crew left at like 2 a.m. And they had been drinking. We noticed, which whatever, but we probably shouldn't have that night. And so the winds get really bad and start picking up. And then they had already left. And at like 5 a.m, their lines start snapping. So there's like a 110-foot boat behind us, and the front line snaps, so now it's going like this. And the back line snaps, so now it's going like this.
Fuck, dude.
And there's like 6 lines, and it gets down to 3 lines, and the boat's just pointed into the middle of the river. And so we're here, and it was here, and it would come in like this close. And we'd have to stand there with like fenders. And it would hit the fender, and then we'd have to move down a little bit and hold the fender, and it would hit the fender. And we did that for like 3 hours until finally the storm calmed down, and our boat was fine, but their boat was trashed.
Fuck.
Like shit was falling off everywhere.
That's crazy.
$2,000 cushions gone. Like,
so the owners of the boat stayed in the hotel. Was it Fontaine Blue or Fountain?
Yeah, Fountain Blue.
There's one in Vegas that just opened up actually.
Yeah,
I went
like
stayed
a
there.
Franchise.
Yeah.
Thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so the owners and then when you say associates, like people that work for them, or
yeah.
Like, okay, they're like y'all fucking stay in the boat.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably as rich as they are too. I mean, one guy was a billionaire. Yeah. And one guy was like close to it. As rich as they were, I would have put them up.
They for sure could have afforded.
Because it was like, we were like, are we gonna have to turn this boat on and go out and find somewhere safe? Like, and we were in a little canal and we had like 4-foot swells and our boat can't really handle that. Yeah. So it was just getting smacked around.
Were you there for the morning after whenever the owners of the other boat came? Like, fuck.
Yeah. I have it on video. Their captain is like on a little dinghy going back up, and the boat's in the water like this.
No.
And he gets in the boat, and it starts up somehow, and they were able to get it back to the dock. But it was taking on water for sure.
Fuck out, dude.
Yeah, it was nuts.
That's ridiculous. Is that probably the worst like storm that you like had to go through?
Yeah, which is funny because we were at.
You were at the dock. Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty scary though. The other kind of scary time was one time our anchor caught a cable on the bottom. We were watching an air show actually, which was sick. And we were getting ready to leave, and the waters were getting a little choppy. And so we were trying to kind of move quick, especially when you have people on board because you want it to be a smooth ride. And we pull up the anchor, and it's attached to this metal cable. And it didn't look like that. It looked like it was just a rope or a line. And so we're like trying to get it off. And eventually the captain tells me to go up to the helm and like give me hand signals, and I tell him to he tells me to lower the anchor, and then he gets on top of the anchor, which is like the size of him, and tries to grab this what we think is a line and pull it up and just shreds his hands. So he's bleeding like right at the beach. We're like 200 yards off the beach. Fuck. And he's just bleeding, like can't really use his hands. So then I have to abandon the helm while the boat's on and everything, and there's other boats around us like pulling up their anchors, so we're drifting a little bit, and then I have to like go pull him up on the thing, and then what we ended up doing is we used some physics somehow that he had done before, where you just like give the boat power and then let it off and give it power and let it off and then finally the thing
finally
came
just
off.
like
But
looses itself or somehow.
yeah, it got a little scary though because he was so bloody in the water and like we're all looking over like, dude, are you okay? Are you okay? And he's like trying to swim back to the boat. Yeah, it was.
What a badass though.
He was.
Yeah,
his name
was he
Blair Cook. He's. I'm gonna send him this. So
Send him this. What a fucking badass. I don't know if you should have said his full name. I didn't fucking know. You remember the captain that came to McDonough's, Captain Bob?
Yeah.
That was an insane dynamic. I don't know what was
he tried to do comedy and then.
Did he try?
Yeah, and then
I think I must have left when
he made Matt Trinkle come up there with him.
Why?
And so
That's so
Matt
weird.
just like did another set. It was funny. But we got off on another tangent. I moved down to Miami to do that.
Yeah.
And then after like 2 weeks of being down there, I found an open mic at some restaurant and became like pretty good friends with those guys. Yeah. And then they told me all the other mics. And I mean, there were some nights I was hitting 3 in one night or 3 or 4, but I'd have to go up to Boca, which is like an hour. Yeah. And then come back down to Lauderdale and do 2, and then go down another hour to South Beach, Miami. And that's where I saw Marcelo Hernandez at this place called Thank You Miami. Mm-hmm. So if any comics are ever in Miami, Thank You Miami is a crazy
It's a dope
place.
spot?
It's crazy.
Crazy?
No, like, I wouldn't even call it dope.
Like crazy as in like crowd-wise or like...
Yeah, and like, I mean, I've seen people walk into that open mic that are clearly homeless. Like, we don't get a lot of that in Savannah. Most of the people...
the homeless just gather outside.
Right, and most of the people doing comedy in Savannah we know of.
Right.
Whereas in Miami, people are just walking off the streets.
I was doing
shows. I did multiple shows to like completely Spanish crowds.
No shit.
Like I say Spanish because one time these people were from Barcelona. It was like 15 of them. They were the only ones in the little coffee shop, and had to do English comedy to them. And a lot of the people in Miami can speak Spanish as well, so they can understand it enough. And I had been to Barcelona one time, so I just went up there and I was like, Catalan?
What the fuck does that mean?
Like Las Ramblas, which Catalan's like one of the regions there or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to sound so stupid because there's like some history behind it, but then Las Ramblas is just a street.
just push it. You're just saying like, things that like the two things you know about
Spain. And then I was like, that's all I got.
Did they know what the fuck you were talking about?
No. And then they giggled at that, and then I just did my set normally and got 0 laughs.
That's fucking insane. It's a lot of pressure. You're like, okay, no one's gonna understand this. I need to. Like, what do you just have to still do it?
Yeah, I was just doing it to the host essentially, which is another dude I know. There's a lot. I always tell people if they're going down to like Fort Lauderdale to Miami to text me just because I have these guys' numbers and they can get you on a lot of shows. They put on a lot of shows and stuff.
I'm actually about to go down to Daytona, Florida next week. I'm going to bike week with one of my buddies.
Ooh, I forgot you had a bike.
Yeah,
Indian, right?
No, it's a Suzuki Boulevard.
Oh, your buddy just got the Indian.
My buddy just got the Indian. Dude. So this pisses me off. All right, like, so we're back a little bit. So I have this truck, right? This F-150, and it's like a 2023. It's like the first time I've had like this is a nice truck, probably the nicest truck I've ever owned, right?
It's a good looking truck.
All right, and I was like, I'm super like I love this truck. This thing's awesome. My buddy rides in it, and like a month later, he buys like a 2024 like fully loaded F-150.
Just a little bit nicer.
Like a lot nicer, dude. Not even just like a little bit, a lot nicer. And I ride in it, and I'm just like, dude, I hate my truck now. Like, he didn't give me a month to enjoy it, and I was like, dude, I fucking hate my truck now.
What a douchebag.
Yeah. And then I bought this Suzuki, so it's a Suzuki Boulevard, and it's like, I put a bobber kit on, so it's like shortened fenders, like single seat, like that bobber bike I've wanted for a very long time. Yeah. And I got it, and I was like, I love this bike. This bike's fucking awesome. And then like 2 weeks later,
$25,000 brand new Indian.
My buddy, he got it it was a demo bike that Indian had, like this dealer, and they're like taking it to shows and stuff. And like 300 miles on it, they gave him like a really good deal on it. And he goes to buy it, and I was like, dude, this is like my dream bike. And I was like, I look at my bike, like, I hate this thing now. Like, it's happened twice. I'm like, can I not just enjoy things for a little bit, please? But I've never ridden an Indian motorcycle before, so mine's like 883 cc's or something. His is like 1200.
That's a big bike.
Yeah, and like it's so well balanced. I got on it, and I'm like, this is a bicycle. It's like, it's just the center of gravity so low, like you like sit on it, you're like, this feels like a bicycle.
Right.
And I was like, he hadn't ridden it yet. We were about to load it into my truck, and I was like, can I take it around the parking lot? He's like, yeah, fuck it. So the first one to ride, I get on, and I like barely get into second gear, and this thing takes off like a fucking rocket. This is the fastest, like, it's...
1,200.
There's definitely a lot more faster bikes out there, but, like, Indians are known for being fast, and this bike, I was like, you're going to kill yourself on this bike.
I saw
Please
a picture.
Be careful.
Yeah, it looks heavy. I mean, it's 1,200, so it's got to be.
It for sure is heavy, but when you sit on it, it's, like, balanced, and the low center, like, it doesn't feel heavy at all, dude. It's crazy.
I took my certification to get my class, whatever.
Yeah, like your endorsement.
Motorcycle license, endorsement. And I was like immediately gonna buy either like an old Triumph or an old Royal Enfield.
Nice. Like the little cafe racers or
right.
Yeah.
Right. But then I got laid off, so that hasn't happened yet. But the only thing I've ridden other than dirt bikes, like I had like a 250 growing up, which was super powerful for a young kid.
Oh yeah.
But the thing we rode during the class was a Harley Street 500.
During your class, really?
Yeah, it was kind of older, 2008.
Okay.
Just their old demo bikes or whatever. But it was it felt terrible.
Yeah, it just like ran through just this clapped out.
Maybe it felt super heavy.
Yeah.
But heavier. Like I've sat on 1200s and stuff like that, and moved around a little bit. It's funny to ever say this, but my grandmother's boyfriend or fiance now has a
fiance.
Yeah.
How old's your grandmother?
73.
She's out there, dude.
Oh, dude, she's a
Good
firecracker.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, she's. I go out with my grandma.
Yeah. Is it Wendy?
She comes to McDonough's all the time. No, not Wendy.
Wendy's
my ex-girlfriend.
Wendy is a comic. She's in this fantasy. She's fucking hilarious. What's her name? Granny Panties.
Granny Pants.
Granny Panties. She fucking crushes. She's so funny. And I'm pretty confident her and Matt have a thing. Wendy, if you're listening to this, you need to confirm or deny these allegations.
No comment.
No comment.
But he's got a 1200 Triumph or something.
Okay, yeah.
I was watching his dog the other day, and I was sitting on it, and I like took it out of the garage.
Yeah.
And just like sat it in the driveway and took a picture of myself on it, and he called me immediately.
Don't
get the hell off my bike.
That's awesome.
But he goes on rides with his friends all the time.
Yeah.
They'll go down to Florida or something like that.
Motorcycles. I had a Harley in El Paso. I moved from El Paso to here, and had a Harley V-Rod in El Paso, which is not a very popular Harley bike.
I've seen them on Facebook Marketplace though.
I like it. It's a fast bike, but I needed money to like make the move from El Paso to here happen. I was like, I gotta let this thing go.
Yeah, and then traveling with a bike and stuff. Better just to buy a new one eventually.
So that's why I got those. I don't like going fast on bikes or anything. And
that's not what it's about for me.
No, I just like cruising, dude. Like these people that are like on these sport bikes and like, I'm gonna do 200 miles an hour at night on the highway. I'm like, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, there's a dude in my class he'd been riding for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Without an endorsement.
That's insane.
And he's that kind of guy. Like sport bike has like 3 of them. Decks him out and everything, and he got caught. That's why he had to come and like retake his endorsement and stuff like that. Insurance through the roof. But yeah, he would tell stories about him going like 180 down the highway. I'm like, you're fucking an idiot.
You're gonna kill yourself or someone else. Also,
yeah. And what a shitty way to go.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I was just being a dumbass. Right?
I did one time with that V-Rod. I drove so in El Paso, we're right like at the border of New Mexico, and El Paso was like desert, like sand, like hot and everything. So there's a 2-lane road connecting El Paso and Las Cruces, New Mexico. And me and my 2 buddies were on bikes, and I think it's like an hour-and-a-half ride. So we hit this road, and there's no one around. Yeah. There's no cops. There's like not a lot of traffic, it's right?
Tempting you.
And I was like, let's just see what she has. And we each took turns, right? So like the third guy, he like hit like 75. He's like, that's good for me.
Yeah, that would be me.
And I was like, let's just fucking see. I got up to I think 125 miles an hour. And like it got like a little like I got nervous and it got a little shaky and I let off. I was like, I never need to do that again.
Yeah,
this was fine.
Yeah, it's too fast on 2 wheels.
It's so dangerous. Like, but it's weird. Like, and then once you start getting into New Mexico, you start like going through these roads, like up through the hills and stuff like that, and you see greenery, and it starts getting cold. Like the 2 very separate ecosystems that are an hour and a half apart.
That's cool.
Fucking insane. Like I rented out a cabin one time in Las Cruces. It was beautiful, dude.
How long were you there? Is that where you're stationed?
I was stationed there for 2 years. Yeah. It was my last duty station, and I would have stayed in El Paso if I could found a job out there, but instead I got a job in Savannah. That's why I moved here.
I like it out there, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Like Arkansas.
It's fucking nice, dude.
Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona's fucking pretty. So we covered how you got into comedy, your first and stuff. What would you say, talk to me about your writing process. How often do you write, or when you do hosting? You said it's all just off the dome. You don't prep any of that or anything like that, or.
I did for the first couple times. I would be like, oh, you're at a comedy show.
Yeah.
Try not to heckle. Every now and again I'll say this. I'll be like, try not to heckle. If you do want to heckle, raise your hand.
Okay.
You'll look like an idiot and we'll call on you. So
That's
I'll
funny.
say something like that. But usually, or I'll be like, everyone, if there's a bunch of new people there, I'll be like, everyone has 5 minutes. A few things that I just have to get out the way.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning, I'll do 5 or 10 minutes of just my jokes.
Yeah.
Or I'll try to talk to the crowd a little bit. But then in between, I'm usually just trying to listen to something y'all said and maybe piggyback off that.
Tie back into it.
Yeah, but if someone does really well, then I just go up there and I'm like, oh, yeah, give it up for this person. And now this person's next. And you just keep it rolling.
Yeah.
If someone, I won't say any names, but some people who just, came for the first time or just, drunk off the street or whatever came up and did, this one lady last week, I don't know if you were there. She was dressed in all white, this black lady. She was very sweet when she came up and talked to me and stuff like that. And she was like, can I get on the list? And I was like, absolutely, sign up. And she went last.
How long ago was this?
Last week, Wednesday.
Last week? I don't think I did McDonald's last week.
No, I don't think you were there.
Week? Yeah, okay.
What the fuck, dude?
I don't know, dude. You see where I fucking live, dude. All right,
I wouldn't be going anywhere if I lived out here. I would be a hermit.
Yeah.
I'd probably build a pool.
Just start digging up fucking holes.
Just dig holes. But she came up and she told me she had never done it before. And I was like, okay, I'll give you the light at this time. That means you have 1 minute. And she goes up there and just does a slam poetry thing about slavery.
That's uncomfortable.
The first thing she said, she was like, I want to be a slave. Enslave me. And then she started talking about white people, and it was kind of incoherent.
Yeah.
And then she started talking about black people, and I was like, what is happening right now? And you could see the audience just mindless, what the fuck is going on?
Did you think to yourself, how could I let this happen?
No, because it's an open mic. You do whatever you want. Yeah. And it's it's entertaining for me. It's entertaining for the bartenders. That's all it was.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
But it did get a little uncomfortable, and the crowd was clearly a little uncomfortable. So I went up there and I was like, "Is there any other white people in here terrified?" And then I was like, "Any black people also terrified?"
That's fucking funny.
So it ended up fine, but so I lit her at 4, and then she did another 4.5 minutes.
No shit.
And I kept lighting.
Yeah.
And finally, I had to walk up to the stage and be like, "Hey."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Oh, is that my time?" And I'm like, "Yeah." That's it. But I mean, most people know it. They're she, I think, was maybe a little bit crazy.
More for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Do you think that was
she
her
wasn't
agenda?
drinking.
Yeah.
She ordered a some kind of martini, but without alcohol. Isn't martini just all vodka?
It's pretty much all vodka. Yeah. Right.
Maybe she just got cranberry juice. And then she
just got a cup full of olives.
And then she complained because it was in plastic.
What?
And the bartender was like, "We don't do glass here. Our plates are also plastic."
Yeah. Dude, have you ever had someone go up and you cut them off, they're doing so bad you're done, dude. You cannot.
No,
Have you ever had to go in and be the hero and rescue someone?
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like
sometimes people want you to.
Yeah, but also it'd be taken away from them a little bit. You signed up.
You did this.
And you don't have to do the whole 5 minutes. I always tell people that too.
Yeah.
I'm you just go up there and do whatever you want. And if you want to get off, you don't even have to say anything. Just walk off. I'll go up there and.
One of my best feelings that I had, for sure, top 3 best feelings I had as a comic was at McDonough's, and I don't know what it was, but I was having a monster set, dude.
Yeah.
I was, I'm not trying to gas myself, but I was killing, and I saw the light, and I was on a roll, and I think I told you that. I was like, "Hey man, I got like a minute and a half. I got to get this." He's like, "Don't even worry about it." And I when you said that, I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. We're on a roll here. Like, if the host is like, continue.
Right. I mean, yeah. Especially if someone's doing well and they're in the middle of a joke or something, or like I know that this is leading into something else. I'll be like, yeah, you can keep going. Like Wendy the other night, it was Wednesday as well. Better than I've ever seen her do. It was the funniest she's been for me being there, and the entire crowd was like in love with her.
Wendy,
there was something going on that
crushes,
night.
Dude.
Yeah, and then Andre killed it.
Yeah.
And then I got up on stage and they were like, bring him back, bring him back.
Yeah.
And I was like, you want to come back up? And he came back up and just did one more joke.
Fuck
and
yeah.
the crowd, I mean, that was a fun night.
Nice, dude. Fuck yeah.
It's cool to see Wendy do really well too. She's one of my favorites.
Last time I saw her at McDonough's actually after that, and she did really well. So I did see her. It was like it was the last time I was at Frosty Frogs, which that's dead now too. And she went up there. I think she was like the first person up. Killed, dude. So much so, like, these people like didn't know her, and then as she was getting off stage, they were chanting Wendy.
Yeah,
like
that's
she
awesome.
Crushed so hard.
I feel like her, I don't know, just tone and stuff going up there, like you have no idea what's gonna come out of her mouth.
Yeah,
and she's like, black dildos,
dude. Yeah, it's
whoa,
fucking
Wendy.
crazy. You're like, hi, I'm Wendy. Let's talk about dildos. You're like, what the fuck?
Were you ever here when we did Lone Wolf? The Cobra Room?
Mm-mm. No.
She was in there one time and she was hosting, and she brought me up and was like, this person, I say his name at night in my bed.
What? Did you know her at that point? Like,
yeah, I mean,
okay.
and like we have like a back and forth that's fun. But I went up there and the crowd was like 25 people you can fit in there, but it's a really tiny room.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's probably one of my favorite rooms we've done in Savannah. But I was like, Wendy, you dirty bitch. That was good.
Dude, Wendy's fucking hilarious, man. I think it was me and Tracy were talking about like a month ago. Like, hey man, we're really lucky that we have like a mic every night. Like, you can get out probably like 6 times a week, right? Mm-hmm. And then the last month, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, we lost all the Thursday mics. Like, Portal is open now, but like we were gonna have a Monday night spot, and then like Frogs is closed now. So we're like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
Bring back comedy.
We just gotta start some new ones.
We gotta start some new ones.
People talk about it. Like, I think I've heard Brett talk about it a few times that he wants to start.
Brett's
one
for sure pushing one. I think he's got something in the works.
Wait, yeah, didn't y'all post something that said new mic coming?
Yeah. I know nothing about it. I know that he's working on something, and he's been working really hard on it. That dude fucking is nonstop, man.
Yeah.
He's nonstop. We didn't have a mic yesterday, so he was like, all right, guess I'm going to Charleston, which is 2 hours away. And he fucking went to Charleston, did some mics, or did Whitson did one mic. So
yeah, I'm definitely more lazy than that.
What do you do? Like, I would be honest.
Nothing.
I know nothing about you outside of the comedy world. Like, when I've seen you at other shows, or I've seen you at the open mic or at New Year's. Like, what were you doing from when you woke up to now?
Today was a pretty lazy one.
Okay.
I woke up.
You can't say that if majority of your days are lazy. Like, was this like extra lazy?
Today was a little lazier than normal.
Okay.
I didn't go to the gym today.
Yeah, piece of shit, dude.
So I'm on a new thing. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
I'm doing like 3 days at the gym a week, and then just trying to get like 10 to 15,000 steps a day. So usually I wake up, 9 anywhere. This is the non-lazy part. So today was actually all right. I mean, I woke up at like 9:30. Sometimes I wake up at like noon.
Dude.
And it's just bad news the whole day. Can't wake my body up and stuff. I woke up at 9:30, went on like an hour walk. Yeah. Came home, talked to my mom for a bit, made a little bit of breakfast. Okay. Where'd I go? Went to the gas station.
Just walking around Savannah, or?
No, so I live in a neighborhood called the Landings right now. Okay. And it's out there.
Oh shit, you're on Skidway now. I'm sorry.
So, I mean, it's beautiful all over there. You just walk around and it's fine. Yeah. Golf cart paths and stuff like that. Yeah. But that's been most of my days lately, is just walking and working out, and then watching YouTube. Applying to jobs. I try to every an hour a day or 2 hours a day. I try to go and apply to stuff and text people on LinkedIn, say I applied, and tweak my resume and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. The job market's just not good right now, I guess, because I'm putting out the feelers. I didn't know.
So when you're okay, so I didn't do conventional college. But they always show you when you're graduating high school, hey, you gotta go to college if you want to get a good job.
Yeah.
And then, like, I know a lot of people that went to college, they have, like, masters, and, like, I can't find a job. I'm like, what do you fucking mean? Like, I never pictured that being a thing in my fucking head, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe they just have, like, really obscure degrees, but, like, some people, like, are, like, normal-sounding degrees, and, like, yeah, I can't get a job, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I know people who didn't go or went for a little bit or graduated with an obscure degree.
Yeah.
And just decided to do something that doesn't
Completely
need it at all.
Yeah.
And are very successful and doing just fine. I don't think you need college. I think it's more of like a social thing these days. I think back in the day, like, you know, the Harvards and stuff of the world. But even then, like, I talked to some of my super smart friends who, like, went to Harvard or have friends who went to Harvard or whatever. And they're like, once you get into Harvard, it's pretty easy.
Really?
Because they, like, schools like that, these Ivy League schools want graduates.
Right,
and they want graduates with high honors and things like that. So they make it super tough to get in. And then once you're in there, it's like, and you know, I've never been to Harvard. I don't know.
We hear you. We fucking see Harvard. You, Harvard. You fucking scam artist,
Go
dude.
Yale.
God. Yale's probably the same, though. I mean,
but I don't think you need it at all. And that's coming from someone who has it and still doesn't have a job.
Like I said, I like barely have an associate's, and I mean, really, it was just military. Like I fucking worked on helicopters for most of my life, and then they're like,
that's awesome.
Like, do you want to keep doing that stuff? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Because the thing is, no one wants to do blue collar jobs anymore. I was thinking, or who was it? I think I was talking to one of my other military buddies, and it's like, no, it was an electrician I was talking to. I like just met this guy somewhere, and he's like, yeah, people don't want to be electricians. Like, people don't want to be plumbers. People don't want to be wrench turners on aircraft, or like no one wants to be a blue collar job anymore.
People just want to go to college and smoke weed for 4 years. And
and go join a tech industry and like join a tech industry or fucking, as I say this, try to promote a podcast, but like go be YouTube famous.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's a real thing these days.
No one is. There's not many kids that are like, I want to go be the best fucking plumber I could possibly be.
No. But that's funny, though, because all the jobs I've enjoyed the most throughout my life have been jobs that you definitely don't need a college degree for.
Yeah.
The boat, an assistant at a physical therapy clinic.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to be the therapist.
Yeah.
You don't get paid as much. But.
Me and my friend were joking about he was at Publix, and there's a guy at Publix behind the counter who, like, his job is to cut the fruit. And I just want to, like, talk to him, like, dude, what's that gotta be like?
Sounds incredible.
You know, just talking like, hey, what's your job? And I cut the fruit at Publix.
They give him a plastic knife.
Yeah. Are you stressed? No, never. I've never been stressed in my life. Like, you're not worried about, like, having worries. Like, well, I cut fruit. What if you run out of fruit? It's like, then I've done my job well. Like, you know, like, just. But yeah, not to shit talk like the fruit cutter at Publix, but you're gonna get fruit cutting money at Publix, you know. So
right. Yeah. I mean,
you're not buying fucking yachts.
This isn't the right
from
way to
fruit
say
cutting
it,
money.
Yeah, you get what you pay for. You get in what you put out.
Yeah.
You get out what you put in.
People get the idea.
There we go.
You guys get the idea. So we're believe it or not, we're almost at an hour, dude.
Really?
How quick was that?
I haven't even gotten warmed up yet.
That's fucking crazy, right? Well, we fucking go, dude. There are other things I want to ask you, right? So here, we'll do this in this order. So we talked about your first set, right? And how you got started in comedy. What is your worst bomb? Every comic has one, and it's seared into the brain. And it may not even. It's your worst so far.
Yeah. No.
Right.
Yeah.
It's your worst so far.
Yeah. I think what has made me less stressed, like I stress less about comedy now, is because I'm like I've bombed so many times that it's like okay, that feeling sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So I think it doesn't feel as bad now as it did the first few times.
Yeah.
The worst one I've ever had.
Like the one where so there was like just kind of background on mine. So like I started out and like I had probably 3 or 4 like good sets. Like my very first like 3 or 4 sets, I was like got good responses. And I was like okay, and I was kind of like, dude, this is easy. Like I can do this, you know. And then like it was like my 5th one, I died. I was trying new material, not a single like chuckle or anything, and I was like,
just a bunch of comics looking at you.
Like, fuck, like this is awful.
Yeah.
So like I know like the feeling, but were you like coming off of a streak of like, oh, this is going great, like I'm having great sets, or was it very early on and you were like, I don't think I ever want to do this again?
Well, I got a quick question. How many sets do you think you've done?
Fuck. I've been doing comedy for like 4 months now, maybe a little bit, like probably close to 5 months now. I don't know if you guys can hear, by the way, but my dog is outside the door panting heavily because he just gave him a new bone. So if you hear that, there's not just people outside my room breathing heavily.
It's a giant, adorable lab.
Yeah, he's 90 pounds. His name's Huck. I'll post a picture on the Instagram. But
that's kind of racist.
What?
Huck Finn? Really?
He's white. He's a white lab. Okay. Okay. How many sets I've done? Okay. I was up until like last month hitting 5 to 6 mics a week, whatever that maths out to.
Like 20 times 5 is around 100 probably.
Probably, yeah.
I was just thinking about mine too. I'm probably at like 200 or 300 maybe. Yeah. I don't really know how to
like
quantify
you
it.
had a fuckload in Florida, right? Like,
yeah, I was doing it all the time down there. I'm still doing it all the time here, but there's not as many mics. And there are some weeks where I only do my host. Yeah. And then maybe like a Friday show or something like that. But now that Frosty's done, we're not doing that as much. Yeah. In Florida, I mean, I bombed the first 50 times.
50?
And in Florida, it wasn't like here. People are so much nicer, like to everybody. Like even if you had a terrible set, which I don't even know if it's the right way to do it, but like if you had a terrible set, someone would be like, "Oh man, you did all right, like good job," and then they might turn around and be like, whereas in Florida, like I wasn't really friends with these people. Yeah. So you can just kind of tell by the energy, like you come off and they're like, they're all cringing and stuff. So that happened a few times, and then I have some videos that I look at where I like thought I did good. Yeah. Like maybe the first 2 people in the front row laughed, and then just the entire rest of the room silent. I've got this like big smile on my face, like I'm killing, and I'm just like, oh okay. But the worst one I ever had was definitely at Stafford's when I got punched in the face.
Oh. Dude, I fucking hate that I missed. I don't even think I had started comedy at this point.
I don't even know who was there. I blacked out as soon as that lady hit me. Yeah, you heard it right. It was a lady.
Yeah. Dude, you got punched by we're not going to say girl. She was like a woman. Punched you.
She was a female linebacker.
Like a fucking grown-ass woman. All right, so tell the story, dude. The people want to hear it.
So, I think I went up like 3rd or maybe 2nd. And Stafford's is a room that's like usually mostly comics. That's the contest one that he has. But every now and again you get some people strolling in there, and there was a family, this black family. There was like 7 of them there, and they were clearly all like together, and they were fun, kind of heckling and stuff, but like they were fun, and they were listening and laughing. So I was excited to go up. I was like, all right, let's do this. And as I'm walking up there, the mom of the group, or just the oldest of the group, auntie or whatever.
Okay, sure. Sure.
Cut that out. She
keep it in.
she was like, you better be funny, and like before I even got to the stage. And so when I got to the stage, I was like, I don't know if I like that, lady. You're putting a lot of pressure on me. Yeah. I feel like if I'm not funny, you're going to come up here and slap my ass, which inherently not funny. Yeah. But also not offensive.
No, not in any way.
I'm making fun of me, if anything. And as soon as that left my mouth, I turned to the right, and I'm like about to start, like look at my book or something to start the next joke. And her daughter, I found this out later, it was her daughter, yells, like, "Don't talk about my mom. Like, do not talk about my mom." And I'm like, oh shit, sorry. Yeah. And as soon as I say sorry, she rushes the stage.
The mom?
No, the daughter.
Oh, the daughter. Okay.
Mom, meanwhile, is laughing. Yeah. And so is this lady's boyfriend.
What the fuck is going on?
He was like half the size of her. Yeah. Because we're having fun. The whole room was having fun. Yeah, yeah. And then after I said that, I look right, and she's like coming up to the stage, and she's like in my face. She threw a chair, threw him out of the way, nailed some dude in the eye. Like, cut his eye open on top. And I didn't even notice that at first. And then she came up in my face, and at this point, I'm still holding the microphone. And I'm, like, trying to just, like, calm her down. I'm like, hey, listen, sorry. Like, I didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah.
Please sit down. And I look over her shoulder and see her boyfriend like giggling, like, and they're not laughing at the situation. They think she's joking.
Okay,
like,
she's
fucking
not.
No, I could see it in her eyes.
She was giving a concussion.
Yeah, she was seeing red.
Yeah.
And so I'm like trying to calm her down. I look over her shoulder and I'm like, hey, look, they're laughing. Like, calm down.
Yeah.
Don't tell a woman to calm down.
Dude, fuck no.
Because as soon as I said that, she reared back and nailed me with an open hand. Like kind of slapped me, but like here.
In the face.
In the face. And then I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And kind of like reared back. And then she came in with like 2 jabs. Like I had two black eyes.
What?
I had 2 black eyes for like the next week.
What were the comics do? So like, dude,
no, it would happen so fast.
No one like it couldn't. No one registered.
Yeah,
like,
shout out to Quentin Rosenzweig, black belt jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, just watched
the
it
host
happen.
of the mic.
Dude.
But it was so fast. I wouldn't have expected anyone to come up here and deck this lady.
After she punched, Quentin was probably like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he said that he was like, I thought you had it. Yeah. I'm like, she's twice the size of me. So she hits me 3 times, like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. So I like grab her by the shirt and I like still have the mic. And I'm like, should I fucking kill this lady? Let's stick this in her eye socket. And then I was like, no. So I dropped the mic and then just like put both of my hands out like this. And she was still coming after me. And then finally her boyfriend, who weighed like 125 pounds, comes up and grabs her. And I'm like, at this point I grabbed the mic again. I'm like, yeah, get her the fuck out of here. Yeah. She was huge, so I was like, you got too much back fat and know how to act in public. And I was yelling at her through the microphone, and she was like, fuck you. And finally, they kicked her out of the bar. And then people were like, you're going to call the cops? Are you going to call the cops? And I'm like, nah, I mean, whatever, no. And then someone did call the cops.
Okay.
I don't know who it was. I'm assuming it's the guy that got hit in the face. With the chair.
I would fucking call the cops, dude. Absolutely.
But he seemed chill, but maybe because like I was like, who the fuck called the cops? I was like, let's just get this over with. Because then the cops came. Like 8 cops came into Stafford's, and then
8?
And then like the bartender's got to be worried about that because it happened in the bar and stuff like that. So I didn't want any of that to happen. So 8 cops come in, and then I just told the story just like I told it to you to 8 cops. And then
did you tell them what you said afterwards? Like,
back
fat lady?
They were like, did you hit her back? Did you do anything? I was like, no, I talked a lot of shit though.
Yeah.
I finished the story and I'm like heated at this point. Like I hadn't calmed down yet. You can ask the comics that were there. I was fuck that, fuck this. Like, and
I'd be fucking furious.
It takes a lot to get me there too.
Yeah.
And that got me there.
I don't think I've ever seen you mad. Like,
you gotta try to USA.
Yeah.
But I grew up with like, I would get really mad. Like,
yeah.
I was a middle child. My brother picks on you and stuff, and he would like push the buttons and stuff.
I was the youngest, and I I definitely had a temper. Yeah. Like what I am now, like I'm still pretty high energy, but when I was in the military, or like when I was young, like, I was super bad temper. Now I'm just like, it's just too. It's tiring being that angry.
Yeah, you get old. It's a lot of energy.
Angry. Are you mad about it? I don't fucking like when my window got bashed in Atlanta.
What are you gonna do?
I was like, fuck. There's no amount of anger is gonna fix this window right now.
Yeah.
So
that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
So I've told the story to the cops, and I look up because I'm like still in my heat of rage.
Yeah.
And I look up, and they're all gone. And then the one lady cop, she literally laughs out loud and is like, "Do you want to press charges?" I was like, "No, but can you go find her and like yell at her or something?" So that was definitely the worst one. But the funny thing is I hadn't even done a joke yet. Yeah. I just like was talking to the crowd.
It's fucking ridiculous, dude.
So that was a crazy one, and then we hung out for like 20 minutes. I think someone bought me a shot.
Yeah.
And then I ended up still doing my set.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Did you win the contest?
No.
What the fuck, dude?
Because a bunch of people left, and I think it was only like a few people there at the end, and we just decided to call it. I don't even think everyone ended up going up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it ruined the mood for sure.
Sure, yeah.
And then I won the next week.
Nice, fuck yeah.
Pity win.
You told that story?
Well, yeah, I told the story, and I was like, the story didn't go that well. I think he would have given it to me regardless. Yeah. So
you fucking earned it. You bled for that.
Yeah, come on.
You bled for that shit.
But I think I said, I was like, you guys don't understand. That's the funniest thing to ever happen on this stage.
Dude, fuck. That's a pretty shitty bomb. And every time, like,
you get punched in the face.
Yeah, like Brett told me his bomb. You heard Brett's bomb story, right? It's like, and did you hear my Orlando?
Well, I do that all the time. That happens once a week.
Well, the Orlando one, or
just doing so bad that I'm like, oh fuck, like why? Am I
I see
here?
You do really well before. Like I don't know where you're down on yourself, do you?
Well, there's just so many.
Yeah. Okay. Like the law of large numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
And okay, I definitely focus harder on like shows where there's a bunch of people there that I haven't seen before and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah, man. I told my bomb story, and it was just like me doing really bad in front of like fucking 7 people in Orlando. And then Brett told me his was like, yeah, like 4 people tried to fight me, and then yours, like someone actually fought you. I was like, man, I guess I didn't bomb that. Like,
there's been a couple bad ones where, cause like, you start doing comedy and you start to get a little confidence and stuff like that, and think that you can say certain things and like mess with certain people. And we were at Bandshell, and there was this guy. I think I got there a little bit late. But he had been heckling all night. Jameson went up and he was like heckling Jameson. And Jameson's good. Like he's been doing comedy.
Jameson's a really good comedian.
He's been doing comedy for like 4 or 5 years, I think. He's definitely like more experienced, especially like dealing with crazy people in the crowd. And this dude was just not stopping. And I could see it on, all the comics' faces that they were like, fuck, like this sucks. And so I had it in my head that I was going to get up there and just be like, fuck you, dude. Like, fuck you. And I did. But I tried to be funny about it. But then he got kind of heated. So then I got heated. And then it was just me and him. Like, no one was like, everyone was like.
Everyone's eating their food like, what the fuck?
I had to apologize to Terrence after. I was like, bro, I'm so sorry.
Was Terrence chill about it?
Yeah.
He's like, I understand. I wouldn't say that to him.
But then the funny thing about the dude was Jameson got off stage and he went up and offered to buy him a shot.
Yeah.
And like said sorry. And then when I came off, he was like, dude, that was good banter. I was like, no, it wasn't. You're an insane person.
You had a verbal altercation. It's not banter.
Yeah. But it ended up being all good. He apologized to all of us and was like, sorry, we got a little drunk.
Fucking idiot, dude.
I'm like, well, all right. You could have said that while we were arguing.
Dude, you can't say that mid-argument. You're arguing with it, like, sorry, dude, I'm just shit-faced. That's not how you win.
My bad, bro.
When you're in an argument, the goal is to win the argument. He's not going to just find humility in the middle of his
You want to win the argument or you want me to like you?
I think you want to win the argument. It depends on how much alcohol you've had.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I gotta stop drinking at those shows.
But all right, so last thing I want to wrap up with, what would you say is like, what's your goal in comedy? Like, what does this look like in the future for you?
Well, I mentioned it earlier.
Right.
To be a good storyteller, like comedy's one of those pipe dreams, kind of where it's half of it's skill, half of it's luck, half of it's just like repetition and like keeping going and stuff. So like I don't know, I'm not. Like I said, I'm 2 years in. I'm not to the point where I'm like traveling and doing shows and stuff. But the main reason I even started it and am still doing it and will probably always do it, even if nothing were to ever happen.
Yeah.
I just want to be a good storyteller.
Nice.
Like my grandpa was the coolest fucking dude. He's sitting on the floor when you're 5 years old and all the cousins are there and he's telling some stupid story that he made up.
Yeah.
But it's awesome and he's got everybody's attention.
That's like the thing with like old people in the South when they tell stories, so it's
had that little whistle.
Yeah, never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Absolutely.
The embellishments in there, but it just like you're in there, you're like, I know you're lying, but I believe you.
Right. Yeah, and you don't care that I'm lying.
Yeah.
So that's probably my main thing is I just want to be good at it.
Dope, man.
It doesn't ever have to feed me. It'd be great if it did.
It'd be dope. Yeah.
And like, there's this guy. From Savannah. He lives in Wilmington Island, I think, but he does cruise ships.
Okay. And
he makes like 6 figures a year off just doing different cruise ships. I mean, he does a lot of other shows as well, but I think comedy is his main bag. I'm sure he made good investments and stuff like that. He's an older dude.
Yeah.
But he's got a family and everything. He seems like a really happy guy. So.
What's his name? Can you like?
Colin Moulton.
Colin Moulton.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a really cool dude. Like Barefoot, I think he's got like I wish I could remember, but he's got some LLC that he calls like Barefoot Comedy.
That's fucking awesome.
Right up my alley. So, but what about you? What's your goal?
Ooh, I don't think no one's asked me that yet. So I think, when I got out of the military, the military can be a very high stress job, and I hit that point, and that's part of like where I'm like not so angry anymore, more of like a chill guy. It's just like. I don't want to have to constantly like live in stress. Like going to work, like the job that I'm in right now, like it can get stressful. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I just want to like relax and have fun.
Right.
And I love making people laugh. So yeah, I think it'd be a full-time profession for me. Like, and I think Brett mentioned, like, I don't need to be making like 6 figures, you know?
Right. You get yourself on a cruise ship. You'll be all right.
You know, like if I can just make it to where like I don't have to worry about bills.
Right.
Like I don't need extravagant money, but if I could do it, if my job was to make people laugh and I wasn't like living paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to be filthy rich, but if I could just like live, not even like just normally, you know? Does that make sense? Like, is there a difference between normally and comfortably? Like you're like upper middle class, whatever in comedy.
You might not be able to, go to Italy, but you might be able to go to Destin.
Yeah. I might not be able to go to Italy, but I can go to Olive Garden 5 nights a week if I want to.
That's what I'm talking about. So I've heard that on a podcast before. Someone said like I'm sure it was said in like the 80s, but they were like, all you want to be able to do is like be able to go to dinner and pay for everybody. Yeah. Like, and not have to worry about it. Yeah. That's cool.
That'd be
That's a cool way to think about it.
I think I know what you're talking about. So he's like, when you're like fine in finances, when you can go out to dinner and you don't open up your like banking app. Yeah. Because now if I go to dinner, like especially if it's towards the end of the week, I was like, let's see how much.
See if I can get an appetizer.
Yeah. What can I get here? And when you're in your head, you're like, I don't have to.
Right.
That would be phenomenal.
Absolutely. Well, I think you're on the right road. Yeah. Especially with this kind of stuff. Like, this is cool. Like, this isn't something I would do, honestly. I just don't have the motivation at the moment. I'm sure it'll come one day, but I like that you're doing this. And I think that, for what you want and for what we all want, keep doing it.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. And you're more than welcome to come on anytime you want on this podcast. I love hanging out. We need to hang out more.
Yeah, well, we need to have more of these conversations. I was thinking about that on the way here. There's so many people that I see on a regular basis, like almost every night of the week, that I don't have longer than 5-minute conversations with. Yeah. So it's cool to learn a little bit about you.
Yeah, man, for sure. But I'll see you tomorrow at McDonough's Chicken and Chuggles.
Definitely there. Maybe
if you're in Savannah, check it out. 8 o'clock, be there.
10% off on chicken wings and beer buckets.
Yeah. So speaking of, I think we should wrap it up, man. You got any shows? You got any social media you want to plug in? Let the people know where they can find you.
Instagram's MC Hogan _comedy. And then Chicken and Chuckles has an Instagram as well. So follow those. Follow the Sav Comedy Mics. Follow all the Savannah Comedy pages, and you'll find out, where we are, whether you're a new comic or someone that's just coming by the blooper reel. And but yeah, no, come to McDonough's. Come watch us do shitty comedy.
Maybe you'll see a fucking crazy drunk person. That'll be fun. But no, thank you guys. Thank you, Matt, for showing up. Like, so it was a little short notice, but we'll see you again in a week, and this episode will be up this Friday. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.